Hello everybody, this is Jeff. I wanted to do a really quick video and show you some of the things I pass by on a regular basis. I am forever going by some really crazy places and things that if you tried to explain it, they basically defy description, like this. This is a castle that we ripped off from you guys and reconstructed in the Columbia River Gorge. And about 2 miles away is a replica of Stonehenge. So here we have a concrete rip-off of Stonehenge with beautiful Mount Hood in the background. Mostly what I wanted to talk about today was the distinction between muffler men, which this is a muffler man, and roadside attractions. Muffler men were built back in the 50s and 60s to advertise muffler shops. But since cars are so much better built nowadays and have much better rust protection than they did, they're pretty much used for lots of other things now. Sometimes they just kind of hold hamburgers. And of course, sometimes they hold hot dogs. Sometimes they're furloughed and currently between jobs. And of course, this being America, you're not going to go more than a couple hundred miles before you find one holding a gun. I would love to have been at the corporate meeting when they came up with this idea. Let's put a chicken head on him. We have stuff standing alongside the roads everywhere. This is Paul Bunyan and Babe the Blue Ox somewhere in Minnesota that I saw. So is this considered a muffler man, or is this a roadside attraction? Or how about this one? When you hold an ice cream scoop and an ice cream cone, do you cease to be a muffler man? This one is at the entrance to the town of Sparta, Wisconsin, which is known for being bicycle friendly. And this, of course, is Tulsa, Oklahoma. I would have been very disappointed if they did not have a ginormous oil derrick worker outside of Tulsa, Oklahoma. We have the Jolly Green Giant outside of where they can vegetables in Minnesota. And I love this one that I passed in the far north, Curling Stone. I pass by this one all the time in the town of Brandon, Iowa. I have yet to figure this one out. And of course, the humongous Coco Pelli. I wonder if you could call this a muffler man. Is this what you do when you have all kinds of leftover muffler man parts and you're bound and determined to build the coolest muffler man ever? I did pass a muffler man graveyard somewhere in the Midwest. I felt very sad. Somebody woke up that day and decided they were going to be very clever. Where does the line end for muffler men and roadside attractions begin? This is in front of a restaurant in Amarillo, Texas. I would really love to stop and do a story about this restaurant because it really is a lot of fun. But every time I seriously think about stopping and doing it, I think it just feeds American stereotypes. Now I would call this one and the next one roadside attractions. But the Elephant actually is part of a hotel, and you can rent the Elephant by the night. This is a thermometer outside a desert town in California that I pass through all of the time. I'm not sure that I would consider it a good thing when your thermometer reads 45 degrees most of the time. In the southern part of the United States, they like buildings that are also kind of roadside attractions. You see a lot of these in the South. This one was actually a quite wonderful place to stop and grab a quick breakfast sandwich and some coffee before it closed. Lots of little ice cream cone stands in the United States where they're only open in the summer and you can stop and get a quick ice cream cone. And of course, juice balls in Florida, where you can stop and get all you can drink orange juice. I'll bet I wouldn't have to tell you that this is in Georgia, not very far from the little town of Plains. When I was a little kid, I used to beg my parents to be able to go to Santa's Land. It was on the way to my uncle's house, and when we would go and visit, we would pass it. I never made it. I'm still trying to process this one. Is it a roadside attraction? And if you answer yes, does that mean you might have a problem? I passed this and found it really rather sad. That would be horrible to be a muffler man and end up in an orchard alongside a road somewhere. If I were a member of the Chamber of Commerce, this would be Project What? I'm trying to figure out what this would say about your town. We have literally thousands of dinosaurs alongside the road. Some of them look pretty good. Some of them look like they rode the little bus to school. This is probably one of my favorites. It is outside of Murdo, South Dakota. I am envisioning a man with a welding machine, a pile of welding rod, a pile of leftover pipe from building the corral, and he commits to welding and taking peyote all weekend long. Thank you for coming along on my roadside tour. Stay well, everyone, and I will see you again.